Something a little bit different here. The main part of this hotel is over 600 years old. Hi, it's Craig. Welcome back to Craig's Life and welcome to the Lumley Castle Hotel in Chester Street. Now, this is not far away from Gateshead in Newcastle in the northeast of England. And as I've just said in my introduction, this is a hotel which is a castle, converted castle, and there are staterooms within the main castle building. The room I am in looks like it was probably part of the stables and maybe a little bit newer than the original body of the castle, which is, as I've already said, over 600 years old. So let's have a little look in this room, which is on the first floor in the stables, and see what we think. There's the view out of the window, so you can see this is the sort of building that we're looking at. This is the courtyard. So I'm guessing these must have been stables at some point. As you can see, we've got a car park here, and this, as you can see, is the castle. So that's the garden there, and just sort of there down in this little corner here, this is where the main entrance is to the reception. There is the front as you come round from this end of the castle. As you come in round here into the courtyard, there's a beautiful archway and beautiful steps up to the castle, with flowers all the way around. So I'm guessing they do a lot of weddings here, and what a beautiful venue for weddings. And just other side of these hotel rooms over here, you've got the Chester Street golf course as well. This isn't quite the view we see as soon as we walk in, because just immediately there is the door, and there's about 3 steps up to the door. So you walk in through the main entrance, you walk up a flight of stairs, and then you either turn to the left or the right, and you're into the room. But this is the room. As you can see, we are in the eaves. We're up in the top part of what possibly could have been the stables in a courtyard. And this is the room that we've got. We have a very nice traditional style, although it's probably reproduction, dressing table here. But for those of you who want to do your makeup, it's only a very tiny little mirror, but I do actually quite like the little touch they've got with it, and the nice wing back chair there. We have the door through to the bathroom, and we have a nice bed here. We do have a power socket down there, and I don't know. No, we don't have one on that side, but we do certainly have a power socket on that side. If I just turn around, I'll show you the view in just a moment. I love all of the beams, and these are probably all oak and all original, I would imagine. So we have a little dressing table unit there with the tea, coffee facilities, and a couple of bottles of water, a TV, and the door here, the padded door, which opens up to give us a wardrobe where we have an iron, a mini ironing board, we have a fan heater at the bottom, and also a fan, which I'm going to use because it's nearly 30 degrees out there today, so I'm going to use that fan. And there's a mirror here on the inside as well, bigger mirror, very squeaky. This is the main way we actually come in. So here you can see from the map, so actually when we drive in through here. And then you've got the car park here, and this is the courtyard, and this is the main entrance into the reception here. So I'm in this door here, and I'm up on this floor over here. Yep, there we are, 16. So this is where we are, right here. We've got a little alcove here, which, as you can see, I've just thrown my stuff in, but if I don't want to look at that, I can just easily turn the light out of there. So let's just turn back and have another look at this rather magnificent feature period room. And through here, let's have a look at the bathroom. So here in the bathroom, I've just turned the extractor fan off. There's an isolator switch there. I must remember to turn that back on. So straight ahead, again, as you can see, we're in the eaves. We've got a high cistern toilet there. Got a traditional, fairly standard basin. Mirror, extending mirror as well, and we've just got a shower over the bath. Now, One of the slight little drawbacks to that, oh, this looks like the hairdryer. Yes, it is the hairdryer. It'll look like nice big fluffy towels. What is a slight drawback to this is if you're tall, then obviously you're going to have to stoop to use a shower. I think even I'm going to have to stoop a little bit. Otherwise, you're going to bash your head on here. But I'm sure we can. I'm sure we can manage. Maybe if the design had been a bit different, maybe we could have had the basin here and had the bath come in this way, perhaps. Not sure. Or had the toilet on this wall or the bath here. There's lots of different ways they could have done it, but I'm sure I'll manage. But overall, it's not a bad-looking bathroom. It's now the following day. I've slept here for the night, and I've also eaten in the library bar. There's also the Knights restaurant here too. Just outside the main reception, there's a little bit about the hotel. It was founded by the Lumley family in the late 1300s. And unfortunately, the lord of the manor lost his head because he took the wrong side in a war which, to the life of me, I can't remember which war it was. But I think I could be forgiven for that. It is absolutely sweltering in here. It is 30 degrees outside. I've literally just switched the fan off for a few minutes just so I can make this video. You can probably see the beads of sweat coming up on here because I'm in the eaves. I'm in the roof. It is quite hot in here. And it's an old building, so obviously there's no air conditioning in it. It's an old building. Under normal circumstances, of course, it's not going to be this hot, but I've literally got the fan about this far away from my face in order to keep me reasonably cool, or at least comfortable. Needless to say, it wasn't a particularly comfortable night last night. Although the bed is very comfortable, it was just so hot. And I had to be up early, and I never seem to sleep well when I have to be up early. But that is not the hotel's fault. There, as I've already said, some beautiful views overlooking the hotel. It's quite impressive as you drive up to it. There's a beautiful archway, sort of entrance, which I believe is an additional entrance overlooking the golf course. And there is the summer teepee, which opened yesterday, although it's not open every night. So it's closed at the moment, but I went and had a little look. And putting some pictures up now so you can actually see that, and also the Knights bar where I ate as well. The food wasn't too bad. It also was fairly reasonably priced as well. So I had fish and chips, for example. It's £20. And that's not too terrible considering you are in a 4-star hotel. We are now left with the usual 2 questions. 1, would I stay here again? Oh, yes, I would stay here again. And 2, what score out of 5 am I going to give this, with 1 being the worst and 5 being the best? As I've said, as far as the temperature is concerned, there's nothing we can do about that. If you're in the main castle, you may find your mobile signal a little bit hit and miss, but it's a castle, so it's got thick walls. Not the hotel's fault. But as a whole, this is indeed a very nice hotel. As you drive up the drive from the golf club, it certainly has a wow factor. In fact, I saw it from the main road and thought, wow, that looks really impressive. I could just see it peeking me through the trees and thought, wow, that looks pretty impressive. So what score am I going to give this? Easy. This is a 5. There are some very luxurious staterooms in here with 4-poster beds in the main hotel. This is one of the courtyard rooms, as I've already said. It has cost £183 for the 2 nights. And just to put things into perspective as to the time of year, today's actually the 30th of June 2025. Things I really should have said at the beginning, but... So anyway, that's it for the Lumley Castle Hotel here in Chester Street in the northeast of England. We're actually about 6 miles away from the Angel of the North, which is the famous statue overlooking the A1 by artist Sir Anthony Gormley. So you're also not far from Newcastle and Gateshead. Get them right. Newcastle's north of the river. Gateshead is south of the river. Get that wrong. Some people might be a little bit upset with you. But there's plenty to do in and around this area. You're also not far away from the Corbridge Roman station and some of the archaeological sites from Hadrian's Wall. So there's lots of things that you can do around here. You're also not too far away from Team Valley shopping and also the Metro Centre. So there you go. If you're ever up in this area, here's an option that you may wish to consider. Anyway, I'm going to get off now and turn this fan back on because it's boiling. Until the next time, hopefully I'll be a little bit cooler. See you again right here on Craig's Life. Bye.